David came out of his shepherdhood. He was sent by his father to go bring a report of how his brother had fared in battle. When he went down to the battlefield, there was an enemy known as Goliath standing up before the nation saying, "Give me a man to fight." This man was standing there for 40 days and 40 nights. We know that the number 40 is a number that signifies a trial ending victoriously. But it could not end until God sent someone with a different perspective. The nation of Israel was fearful and afraid, but David hadn't sat under the rhetoric. He hadn't sat under the manipulation of the enemy presenting himself day and night. The enemy presents himself in the morning and the evening because it was strategic. It was a demonic mental warfare. It was strategic. He showed up in the morning because what controls your morning controls your day. He showed up in the evening because what controls your evening determines how you rest. Have you ever got bad news right at the end of the day and now you spent the night tossing and turning? The enemy is trying to control your sleep pattern as well as your pattern during the day, because if he can keep you fearful and afraid, if he can keep you in the place of unrest, it will destroy your mindset and it will change the attitude of your heart. And when your heart is frustrated, you'll speak a language of despair and discontentment. You will become disgruntled and you will become flustered with life. Therefore, the enemy's hope is that you would give up. David's life was suddenly on the change. It was in a season of sudden transition. David comes down and he hears the words of this Philistine, and what does he do? He begins to question, what shall be done for the man who kills this Philistine and takes away the reproach of all of Israel? As he's speaking to the commander of the army, his brother Eliab raises up his voice and says, "Whom have you left those worthless sheep? And why have you come down but to witness the noisy battle?" David says to his brother Eliab, "What have I done now? Is there not a cause? Brother, do you not have a word spoken by God written in your heart that you have taken hold of?" Why is it that his brother Eliab could fight against him but was not willing to turn and face a giant? Can I tell you today, when somebody is willing to speak down on you, it's simply because they're afraid to speak up in the midst of their battle. So what they do is they despise those that they think they're greater than. But they didn't realize that David had an anointing, and that anointing of kingship, that anointing that declared that he would be mighty. Can I tell you what it gave him the power to do? It gave him the power to turn away. I'm here to declare to you, when somebody is speaking down to the vision that God gave you, turn away and turn to another. When somebody says you can't, say I can and I will, and move away. There is no reason you should waste your breath on dream killers. There's no reason you should associate with those that speak down. How many of you know the gospel of the kingdom is called to be preached as a message of good news? God is looking for good news messengers, a people that will speak light in the midst of hardship and despair.